The Chads, Brads, and Thads come through. Here's to you guys, frat boys who I normally make fun of. You are the heroes of the day, and I wore the only Vineyard Vines tie I had to celebrate you guys. This is at UNC Chapel Hill. While terrorists were trying to tear down our American flag, a bunch of pop-collar frat boys had had enough. They surrounded the flagpole, they picked the flag up off the ground while getting pelted with water bottles and rocks and whatever else was laying around. And they stood their ground until cops cleared out these American-hating savages. Yes, this iconic action you're seeing right there, that will be the Iwo Jima of the 21st century. Just when you thought you'd lost hope in an entire collegiate generation, these guys totally redeemed my faith in the future of America. Now, a lot of you get this, but this flag, it's way more important than just a piece of cloth to me. This is what we draped over my friends who didn't make it home. This is what we fought for and picked up out of the dirt and carried for the past 250 years against all odds. We've carried it to the top of mountains, the valleys of Afghanistan and Iraq, the Chosin Reservoir, the beaches of Normandy. We have flown them everywhere after the 9/11 attack. It's even on the moon. And the symbolism of how important that is to me and all the people who actually appreciate this country, that is not lost on these protesters. That's why they're attacking this. Now, look, I know the Supreme Court has ruled it's free speech to burn the flag. I think they're wrong. And I'll be honest, you want to pick a fight with me? That's exactly how you do it, because I'm not going to stand idly by. This is why I care about this, because I was fortunate enough, I was lucky enough to wear this uniform. I was honored enough to wear this, to enforce our country's values all over the world. And when the going got tough, that flag meant everything to me and to everyone else who wore a uniform just like this. And if these overprivileged, homegrown terrorists want to pick a fight, you got one now. America is done with this. This president might not be done with this, but do not mistake that for being in the right. You may have never sacrificed anything for this flag, but millions of us have. And when I see you tearing down these things, when I see you guys talking about this, these are what I think about right here. These brave men and women who are still serving this flag, the ones who stormed the beaches at almost certain death to stop the very ideology that these Hamas sympathizers are now advocating for. Look, I haven't been favorable of Eric Adams, that's no secret, and a lot of his policies are complete garbage, but let me say this, good job on this one, dude.
That's our flag, folks. Don't take over our buildings and put another flag up. That may be fine to other people, but it's not to me. My uncle died defending this country, and these men and women put their lives on the line. And it's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being proud to be an American.
That is the leadership I have been waiting for. Good on you, Eric Adams, and all these other universities where cops cleaned up the trash, and by trash I mean these hijab-wearing soy boys wrapped in Palestinian flags. You got squashed like a bug on this one. And when, you know what, when they do it again, you arrest them again. And if you liberal DAs out there don't want to charge them, then guess what? These cops need to fill the courtrooms to the brim again and again and again with these people. You tie these kids up with everything you got, from legal battles to bureaucratic garbage, and you make their families pay for all the stuff that they broke at every one of these universities. You force them into the submission with the power of law and order. These kids want to pick a fight? They need to know that people like the NYPD is coming to stuff your face into the pavement if you resist. I don't care what AOC says. She tweeted out just earlier, if any kid is hurt tonight, responsibility will fall on the mayor and the university presidents. No, it doesn't. How about you blame the kids that broke the law and took over a building on private property? Don't play victim here. You don't get to call foul when those breaking the law get choke-slammed and handcuffed. That's their own damn fault. If you keep pushing it, it'll be a bunch of people like me standing our ground too. There is no force in the world that has ever won a toe-to-toe fight with those defending American values. Do not confuse our current president's lack of action with silence in my sentiment here. And to the Chads that held up that flag, you send me your resumes. I will open up my Rolodex to any company I can, and I have a big Rolodex. You're the type of person I want in the workforce, and I will help you get to wherever you want to go. And when you're making money, when you're able to pay off your student loans, and those that threw rocks at you are living in a box on the side of the road because they can't get a job because we plastered their names on the internet, maybe, just maybe and hopefully, that future generations will look back and say, being a terrorist might not be such a good idea in America. This is the model. This is the new standard if you love America. People always ask me, hey, Carl, I'm just one guy. What can I do? This is the perfect example. Be the person you're waiting for. Be defiant to these people because they're a bunch of weak people that are dead inside with no principles. It's our turn to hold the line. Be peaceful, but stand your ground. And God forbid they throw the first punch, you make them know it was a mistake. You will see real fast who these people truly are. They are tough in groups because they are bought and paid for by bad people trying to destroy this country. And you at home, you're fighting because you believe in something. And you're on absolutely the right side of history here. Like William Wallace, George Washington, everyone else who stood up for good against bad people. They want to play games? You line up your speakers around that flag on every college campus there is. You start playing God Bless the USA, Amazing Grace, and hey, they want to mess around? Maybe play a little Let the Bodies Hit the Floor so they know you're serious. You rip off your shirts, you paint your bodies red, white, and blue, and see who tries to burn that flag. No one will. You deal with a bully with unimaginable force, and they will go away. This is your generation's Iwo Jima moment. This makes me about as optimistic about the future of this country as that moment on the top of Mount Suribachi did for Americans back home during World War II. You have no idea how impactful this video was for me. It brought tears to my eye. I watched it in the gym on repeat this morning because it reassured me that everything myself and many other people fought and died for is still worth fighting for. And someone that has a GoFundMe page up there has raised almost 80 grand for these kids to throw a party. I am super here for that, and I want an invite. So you rock on, Chads and frat bros everywhere. This is your calling. This is your day.